Before we do that, just want to a couple more things, and then we're going to get in and actually start these cars. So, I am just a caretaker of these cars, and we all are. So, as Jim said, hopefully these cars, and I may end up actually just putting them in a foundation so they never get sold. So, that's my thought. I want these cars to stay together. This is a team here now. So you have two new ones that match the two original ones, the original EXP 500s. It's my honor to have these cars and to restore them, share them with everybody. Kevin, hopefully you might come to terms of getting the last bit of paperwork for this car. This car was actually sold. So this car was sold to the guy that ran the lot for Ford from the employees. They took the fuel injection off of it, took the IRS out of it, and sold it as a used car. This car, and 5 other cars in a group in Colorado. The original owner, the second owner, which is hilarious when you hear about it, and you ask him why he chose this car and did with this car the whole time he had it, and then it lived through all of this and is back here today. So we are going to probably put the 2 documentaries out about the end of March, working on the final details, but it'll be on a major network. More webisodes that really go into the detail of how we did everything, how we found everything, all the in-depth interviews. And the other thing that was great was going to the Shelby reunion and talking to so many of the original employees. And Ralph, who we talked to at there, his memory of both of these cars was amazing. He filled in so many big gaps that we didn't know, that we suspected by the paperwork. But while these people are still around to ask them questions, we thought was important. I want to thank again Shell Pennzoil for funding the documentaries to document the history of these 4 cars, and the story is still yet to be told when we put out all this other data. But also, you know, we had thought, do we wait to unveil this until the documentary's done? We decided no. We wanted, in case this sparks anybody else that's out there that has any other pictures, any other documentation, we have a website, shelbyprototypes.com, and anybody can hit us there or on our Facebook page, and that has led to where we got a lot of the stuff that we already have, but also the Ford Archives, the people that run the registries. And I won't give it away, but we know exactly now why the last version of this was built and why this car was built the way it was, and that'll be the finale of the second story. Thank you. Now we're going to start them.
So gentlemen, if you can come and start your engines, can we drop the hood on this one for the photo? Anybody like to hear 2,600 horsepower startup? Oh, come on. Don't you want to hear 2,600 horsepower? If you are a member of the media, a news release with images are available at Barrett-Jackson.com. So go to that and we'll be glad to give you all the information. And then we're going to take a few photos after we start these 4 fantastic cars. Let's start with the car that started it all. Craig? come up. We're going to do a short Q&A. Afterwards, we're going to be able to take some photos. Now, I've got to remind you, these are some phenomenal cars, so please be respectful. Don't get too close to the cars. And if you're a member of the press, we'd love to chat with you afterwards, too. So, Craig, would you like to answer some questions?
Sure. Any questions? Yes.
Questions.
Hey Craig, how you doing?
Good.
Question. That car there is 427 twin superchargers.
No, it's 428 police interceptor with 2 superchargers.
Okay, is there any correlation between that car, the development time frame, when Carol Shelby did the 2 Cobras, the CSX 3015 and CSX 33 maybe?
The Bill Cosby car and Carol's car. Yes, but we are not 100% certain. Now, Walter, who's sitting here, who put the superchargers on it, said that they did the same thing as the 2 Cobras. And that's why we knew they were inbound superchargers. Now, I'm not sure whether one of the Cobras is built, then this, then the other Cobra, because the timeline is pretty close. So, there's little things we don't know of exact timing, but we do have some invoices that Dave Matthews gave it. So this engine was replaced on this car, and the regular cars, they charged them, what was it, Jason? $79 or something, and this one was $800 and some dollars. So we have a good idea that that's when they beefed it up, because I think it beefed the first motor pretty quick.
Craig, we have...
Yes.
Hi, Craig. Just want to ask you a question. We know that these cars are a passion of you, and we appreciate everything you've done. And you told us a little bit of the journey, but can you tell us, passion-wise, and what you were feeling when you were restoring your Mustang?
Well, I kept flying back there. I didn't restore it. Jason Billups restored it, but I kept flying back there for the key points. You know, the key points when we took it apart was really amazing, because the car talked to us as we took it apart. We kept calling Paul Newitt and telling him we got to rewrite your book again, because we kept finding more stuff as we took it apart that contradicted what was sort of urban myth. And then going there when we put it on the dyno was another real benchmark. And getting the horsepower reading that was exactly what Fred Goodell said it did was pretty amazing. So we knew we built the engine exactly the way it was originally.
Well, thank you.
Yep, thank you.
Next question.
Any others? Yes.
I'm wondering what this will do to the whole Shelby market.
Well, I hope it re-energizes it. That's why I wanted to build the 2 cars out of the new cars. Now, this car is VIN 131, which was the Shelby number for this car. I don't think I ever noted that, and if you look at the back, it's got a Barrett-Jackson license plate 131. The correlation between the old cars and the new cars, as Jim Owens said, I think just raises the excitement of the old cars. This is the DNA that led to these new cars. Any other questions? That was pretty easy.
All right. We'll do a couple quick photos if we can get you guys up here. Can we move?
Thank you all for coming.